Robomow is in its docking station at the moment. It's ready to be sent out. The time at the moment is 2 o'clock. Send it out. If I wanted to follow around the perimeter, then I press go. And it says wait. Next move will be to back out of its docking station. It will give you the opportunity to press the go button again for it to go straight into mowing across the lawn. But as it is now, it will come back, aim itself towards the perimeter wire and follow all around the perimeter before it commences to mow the rest of the lawn. Here we go. And this is the actual mower that is being advertised. By going round the perimeter wire, it leaves a mown area all the way around the lawn, and then when it's going backwards and forwards, the edges are already clear. That's following the wire to go around the flower border. What I have done with this central border is to run a wire all the way around it, and it means that when it's travelling backwards and forwards mowing, it doesn't need a proper barrier to come up to. It actually reaches the perimeter wire, which stops it, and then it goes back in the other direction, which is very convenient. should come back out and continue to mow the lawn. Here we are, it's on its way. See what happens when it meets the edge. It means that the lawn in that area is completely cut because it's already been done on its trip around the perimeter. Yeah, that's stopped there because it's met the perimeter wire. Clever manoeuvre, wasn't it? It runs a straighter line than I can possibly run when I'm trying to mow the lawn with a handheld mower. That's where that perimeter wire comes into play. That I said it's all around that border. It's now met the border around that other garden. It's a pretty big area and it generally covers it really well with just one outing. This is an interesting bit, it's regrassing. I had recently set the menu settings to default. What I've done is reset it so that it mows backwards and forwards on quite a narrow angle, and it more or less overlaps as it mows. I much prefer that because it leaves very few gaps when you've done it. I'm going to press go. I'm going to press go again to skip the edge. There's one. We'll see when it comes back whether it follows a fairly tight line. This is how I prefer it. It seems quite an extravagant overlap, but it really leaves very few spaces, which is brilliant. See how it's cut down that tall grass as it came over it. See, even in that distance, it's still left only quite a narrow gap there. It's now going to miss that border and come along and now find itself in a different zone if it behaves as I anticipate. Yeah. Now, it's missed that perimeter wire, so it should remain in this area. It virtually creates a parallel stripe, which is better than, certainly straighter than I can possibly achieve. See what we're getting? That's brilliant, isn't it? To the wire. The next route. Beginning to take shape, isn't it? In the last 2 or 3 weeks I've used this mower every time I wanted to cut the grass. I thought I'd really make sure that it's going to behave itself for everybody, or anybody that buys it, and that you'll be very happy with it. beauty of it is now I can go back in the house if I want to. I don't risk going out. I think it's worth being about just in case. I don't recommend that. But for the next over an hour, we started at 2 o'clock, it's now 25 to 3. So it's got more than another hour to run. We shall see quite a bit of difference by the time that comes about. See the pattern? I'm really chuffed with that setting. It just is just a nice overlap, so that it keeps lovely straight lines. Several weeks ago I removed 3 paving slabs out of the lawn there, levelled it up and put some grass seed in, and it's taken shape quite nicely. We shall see in a minute just how it tackles it. Should pass the greenhouse this time. Yeah, by being a narrow angle, when it comes back it should miss the greenhouse instead of bumping it and then neglecting the rest of this area. It should come back, and when it goes back on a later occasion it should bump the greenhouse and then come back and continue to mow this as we want it. Look at that. We're getting closer to that greenery. Perhaps on the next return trip now we should see it, whoops, do something. Yeah. I'll stay on it and we'll see what happens. There should only be a partial overlap on it, but we shall soon see. Should hit the, yeah, bang. Quite a gentle nudge. You can put your foot in front of it and it doesn't hurt as long as you don't put your toe underneath it. Does no damage to the greenhouse. I'm being plagued by flies at the moment, which is not very nice. I suspect the blades are not as razor sharp as perhaps they should be and could be. Can really get the gist of what it's achieving. that slab is sufficiently high to operate the function of the bumper. It's now taken itself into a completely new section of the lawn. As it comes to the shed, bump, off it goes again. Back to the perimeter wire in a moment. Stop. Now come back this way. That's over a gravel path. There's a wire goes across that path, buried underneath it. But it still copes with it all. It'll meet with that wire again that goes across the path, and then come back this way again. It obviously realizes there's something different about where it is, and it's going to work itself out of it. Very close to the wire behind it and alongside it, so it'll probably change direction shortly. There's very little area that's being missed at the moment. Now it's going to do something different, I know. Yeah, perimeter wire, and another one behind it. Now where do we go? It's got some sort of a brain in it, but I can't understand it myself. Look at that. Yeah, it's taking the other route, which is where it needs to. I could so easily have set it lower, but I don't want to scalp it. It just doesn't need to be scalped because it's so convenient to just let it out again. If you just keep it a sensible level, it just makes the lawn so healthy. I enjoy not having to go out for cans of petrol on a regular occasion, and the chore of walking behind it up and down. I could just go and sit and have a nice lager now or something, or go and have a nap for an hour. If I'm really honest, I've inherited another one, looks virtually the same, and that's the only reason I'm parting with this one. If I hadn't got a Robomow, then I wouldn't live here. I could not cope with all that amount of mowing. It's a real it's a means of entertaining people when they come in the summer. They can just sit, have a drink and whatever they want, and enjoy just watching this mower working away up and down, up and down. This one's new. The grandchildren haven't thought of a name for the next one in line. Nunu's been out for less than an hour so far, and it's done a whole lot at the very top of the garden, and now in the next 50 minutes, be interesting to see how much it achieves in this section of the lawn. You can see the criss-cross effect at the moment, but a little later we'll see just how it's achieved things. All I'm using is this one mower with one set of batteries, and we shall see what it achieves at the end of the run. I won't make it too boring by continuing all the way through recording it, but you'll have a gist of what's happening. See those long tags, do they call them, on the grass? It's just taken them down beautifully. It's now 3 o'clock. We started at 2 o'clock, so that's what it's achieved so far. So it's been running for 1 hour. I anticipate it's going to run another 3/4 of an hour at least, and towards that time we'll have a look again and see what it's achieving. But look at that top end. That's quite impressive. I did record this a week or two ago. The flowers were much prettier then as well. But I thought it was fairer to give it another go and perhaps do a bit of a commentary with it as well. The lawn itself at that time was suffering from the drought, and it's come back lovely and green now, and I think rather than show you how short it can cut it and how it really is effective, I'd rather let it be seen that you can set the height so that the lawn doesn't get scalped, and the fact that it can go out there quite frequently, it's no effort. With a new pair of batteries, this will run at least 3 hours, getting on for 4 I think. I've recorded it in the past, but it's unusual to have a mower being on sale with really quite decent batteries on it, and I thought it was worth doing that so that at least you've got the satisfaction of using it. If you've got a smaller lawn than mine, then it will probably cover it very well. The secret of it is to keep it topping up when not in use. They're 24 volts. The weakness with this particular one is that when it goes into its little kennel to recharge, it gives the impression it's charging, but it doesn't. For some reason it doesn't send it through to the battery, and what I do is lift the battery out, take it into that summer house and just put a charger on it very simply and leave it on. It's a one the same as you would use for a wheelchair, and it tops it up beautifully. I've had no problem with the batteries over winter with that system. It's one that you can leave on all the time and it will cut out when it's fully charged, and the drain on the electric is negligible, so much cheaper than going and getting cans of petrol. Oh, I hate doing that. They squirt over the top of the can if I'm a bit careless. No, this is the one for me. It's now 10 minutes past 3. I thought I'd better show that it's working in an area which is not really visible from the house. Just to recap, this is what we have achieved at the top of the garden. And this is the rest of the garden. There are times when we can hear her working away somewhere, we don't know where it is, but it keeps going till it reaches a level on the battery where it decides that's it, I must go back, and it goes round that perimeter wire and goes back to base. Searching for the wire, it's found it. Even if it's right at the top of the garden, it's still got plenty of power to come all the way back around the edge, back to base. It follows the path of the wire all the way back round and goes back into base. There we are, he's gone to bed. He'll stay there. But now I'll pop down, just lift the battery out, pop it in the summer house and put it back on charge. What I have got is a sheltered location there, which I do like for it. I don't like the idea of it standing out in the wet all weathers, especially through the winter, although in the winter I normally take the mower itself into the summer house, and as I say, I can leave the battery on charge if I want to in there. I've run power down to there. It's exactly the same as it shows on the other one, but from experience I found that although it indicates that it is charging, for some reason it's not getting to the battery and it just remains without being charged. But I lift the battery out like that, lift it out and carry it into my summer house. I can pop it on the floor, take the lid off, and I've got it set up so that I can put a charger to it. The feed to the charger, which when I switch on indicates a red light, and when the battery is fully charged it turns green. Bright green light comes on that. It's precisely what you'd use for the mobility scooters, which are the same sort of batteries. In my case, I've got a shelter, so this is, in the time that I've owned this item, that's where it lives, unless, except in the, through the winter, it goes inside the summer house and can be left on charge.